All right, what is going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Today is going to be a great day because we're going to be talking about how you're going to break past your revenue goals and how you're going to book more appointments than you ever did in Q3. And we're going to talk about the variables that come in play when looking to do this. Now, the last thing that you guys want to do if you're going into Q3 is not plan, not execute, not set out a game plan on how you're actually going to make Q3, whether it be scaling season or you're maybe just building out a lot of things in Q3. You want to make sure that you have a set game plan. But if you're watching this video, you're most likely in a stage where you want to grow, right? Every business owner wants to grow their business. And Q3, for a lot of people that I talk to, is that quarter where you guys need to just push the gas pedal and just keep going, right? And the only way that you guys, or a lot of these agencies, if you're an agency owner, coach, consultant, you're going to be able to do that is to actually have a plan, all right? Have a plan and actually implement, right? Because without a plan, you can't really implement on the right things. And without implementing, you can't actually get the result. And so if you're going to Q3, look at the different quarters. Like if you guys had different quarters and you set a goal and you didn't hit it, you want to ask yourself why, right? Gone are the days. You guys want to stop that habit where you set a goal and you don't hit it. You set a goal and you don't hit it. It's like, when are you ever going to hit a goal? When are you ever going to set a goal for Q3 or for Q2 or for Q4 and actually hit it? Right? And there needs to be a concise plan for you guys to get there. So I'm going to talk about what that looks like. And if you're motivated to actually make Q3 the quarter that you actually break past your revenue goals, I'm talking to a lot of agency owners. I'm talking to a lot of coaches. I'm talking to a lot of consultants. And they're all saying, Caleb, I'm like stuck in the same spot. Guys, the last thing you want to do is be at the same revenue mark in your business that you were in Q1, right? And there needs to be certain things I'm going to talk about in this video that you need to do to make sure that Q3 is not one of those quarters where you just hit the same kind of revenue marks. All right, so before we dive into that, just to let you guys know, our Done For You program is going to go up by 2,000 USD on July 1st. That's this Friday. And so for you guys that have been talking to us, hopping on calls, it's the price that we gave you is going up by 2,000. So keep that in mind as we move forward. I really want to make sure that I get everybody that wants to be a part of this program at the price that's going to be at now. It's going to be the cheapest it's ever been. Gets in this week. You guys have this week up until Thursday to actually make a decision and make sure that you hit your revenue goals going into Q3. All right, so here's the thing. The only thing that's stopping you guys from getting past your revenue goals, whether it be in Q3, Q4, or even if you reflect on Q2, the only reason why you guys have not been able to get past your revenue goals is because you either have not been booking enough appointments or has not been closing enough appointments, right? But usually when I talk to most people, you guys are stuck with just not having a system, a mechanism to get as many appointments on the calendar. And for that reason, you're not getting as many sales as you'd like. And so the only thing that's stopping you from actually generating more appointments, right, which is usually the bottleneck with most of these, with most of the businesses, is that you're not expanding your marketing efforts. And what do I mean by that? Marketing efforts as in, outbound. Like, how are you increasing the amount of volume that you guys are sending out? Are you spending more on paid advertisements? Are you making sure that you're cutting down the costs that it takes for you to acquire customers, right? Are you doing more outbound efforts? Usually, I like to see outbound prospecting as the proactive game, right? Usually a lot of people are reactive in the way that they're going about their marketing efforts. But with outbound prospecting, we don't wait, right? It's like cold approaching. You don't wait on dating apps to get people to come into your ecosystem and then you message them. Like, cold approaching, you're just going out in the streets, you're just talking to everybody, you're trying to get yourself out there, right? In order for you to network effectively, for you to market effectively in outbound prospecting, you need to get into people's faces, you need to get into their DMs, and you need to start conversations and set appointments. Now again, like I said, the last thing you guys want to happen is to have Q3 end and you're in the same shoes that you were the quarter before, or even worse yet, the year before, right? So you don't want that to happen, right? If it's been a past couple of weeks, guys, the thing is, speed is everything, right? You might say, oh, this program's too expensive. Oh, this solution looks too expensive, or oh, this looks like too much work. But the thing is, 3 weeks, 4 weeks down the line, when I'm still talking to you guys, or when we're still like having conversations, you're still at the same spot. And so the time is costing you guys more than anything. It's not the cost of our program or other people's programs. The cost of you guys not taking action. It's the cost of you staying at 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 for 3, 4, 5, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years, right? Or you being stuck in a job that's been happening for 5, 10 years, and you're telling yourself that you're going to get out of the job, but it's just not the right timing. Guys, it will never be the right time. There'll never be a right time. Even when I invested into a program, and it's $11,000 investment, it really was not the best time financially. But I knew that if I just kept telling myself it wasn't gonna be the right time, I was gonna use weeks and months to not actually just take action, right? And so it's not about the time; it's about it's not about the cost or the hours that it takes to find out a solution. It's the time that you guys are spending that's being wasted, right? So don't let it go to waste. And so if you're in a spot where you don't have a bunch of money to dump on ads, and you've already broken down the numbers, it just doesn't fit the scale right now, right? I talked to a lot of people that are spending about $2,000 to $3,000, maybe $4,000 a month on paid ads, and their way of getting appointments is just paid ads. But they can't make sense of they're spending $3,000 and make spend $8,000 to get 2x the amount of appointments, but the math doesn't make sense. And so for that reason, their bottleneck is that the numbers don't play out in paid ads, and so they're not willing to get more appointments just because they don't have the money and they can't make sense of the economics. Okay, so if that's you, keep watching. All right, so coaching programs, advice, or knowledge isn't going to help you at this point, right? You guys already invested time and money and maybe even resources to coaching programs and advice and knowledge, and you still haven't broken past your revenue goals in Q3 or Q2. And so Q3 is not going to be any different, right? You guys are not, okay, coaching programs, advice is not what you guys need to actually make Q3 happen, all right? If it was, then you wouldn't be listening to this video right now. You wouldn't be wondering why you're not able to break past your revenue goals, your quarter goals. And so the actual question that you need to ask yourself is, going into Q3, what actions are you going to do differently in order to make sure that you're crushing your revenue goals this quarter, right? What actions are you guys going to do? What's going to happen in your business as an actual implementation that is going to actually leave an effect in your business, right? Because a lot of people, they talk about ideas and concepts and advice and knowledge and coaching programs, but what you need is actual implementation. So what are you going to implement? What actions are going to happen? What throughput is going to happen in your business in Q3 that's going to actually get you past your appointment goals and therefore break your revenue goals and actually get out of that cycle that you might be stuck in, right? So yeah, you need action and implementation, and you don't need some VA in a third world country. I see a lot of people talking to other outsourcing, done for you, outbound setting companies. And these are like people in India and Mumbai, India, not to have any disrespect for anybody in third world countries. I respect you guys, and we actually have clients in those countries. But I'm saying that, usually, they don't have the experience, right? We've grown an agency. We've gone to $500,000 with our agency. We've done outbound prospecting. So we've been doing it, and we have the kind of the experience and the credentials to be able to go out to this market and actually produce results. But a lot of these other VA companies or these cheaper programs out there, they don't have the actual credentials, right? And that's why usually it doesn't work out. And usually they, you work with them, then they disappear after month 2, month 3. So there's value in having a company that is not done for you, right? And done for you guys, like, you're leaving the most vital part of your company in the hands of somebody else. And what happens when that person leaves or that company leaves? You're left with where you started, and you haven't built the skills, you haven't had the infrastructure, you don't have any of the systems required to actually make the progress happen and the results come to play. And so there's value in having a company that has already built the systems, right? We've built the systems, we've built the frameworks to make appointments work, and we install it in your business as well as train you on it, right? Because it's one thing if we install it in your business, it's actually be brought in-house so that you guys have access to it, it's your property, but also we train you on how to use the system so that when we're gone after our 90 days or 60 days or even after 30 days, you guys already have the system installed in your business and you're trained on it. And that is can't put a price tag to that. Right? You guys have that framework. You guys have the system for the rest of your life. Okay, so that is going to be I mean, that's why, our program costs, the amount that it does, because we're building it out for you. We're giving it to you. It's all of your property, and then you keep it, and we train you on how to use it so that you can scale it. All right. So again, back to what we do at our program. We'll change going into Q3. If you guys are tired of just hitting the same monthly revenue goals, you're tired of hitting the same weekly appointment mark, and the answer is getting more appointments so that you can get more sales, so that you can actually break past your revenue goals and break past your quarterly goals and actually get to that goal that you want, whether it be a 7-figure business, 8-figure business. Well, let's change the number one thing that makes all the difference, right? And right now, if you don't have $10,000 to dump on paid ads, it's going to be outbound prospecting. You got to play the game. And so it's going to be the number of throughput that we put in a given day to get the output, right? And so what we do is we build an entire system for you. And just like I said, guys, we build a system and we implement in your business and we train you on how to use it so that you have that system for the entire career, for your entire business development, right? So we build that system for you to 1,000 emails in a single day. That's 5,000 emails in a week. That's 20,000 emails in a single month. It's 20,000 touch points in a single month. And we make it unreasonable for you to see the results and get it quick. On top of that, we hire and host weekly calls to train your appointment setters for you. And they will send out 160 DMs and make around 40 calls a day. That's 200 extra touch points in a single day. In total, we build all of this, we pass it off to your team, we pass off the systems, and we train you on how to use it. The numbers look like this: 20,000 emails in a month, 3,200 DMs in a single month, and 800 calls in a single month without you having to do a single sense of the work. And we hire and train somebody to do it for you and build automation so that you can send out 20,000 emails in a month without having to really do anything. And so the total output after working with us for 30 days is going to be 24,000 new touch points in a single month. If you want to hit your revenue goals this quarter, this upcoming quarter, you want to make Q3 the best quarter, add 75,000 touch points into your system. All right, this is what I mean by taking action. This is what I mean by actually implementing, because with that, you're going to see a difference. I don't care what kind of business you run. If you put 75,000 touch points in any single business in Q3, they will grow. I promise you. And so this is like guaranteed growth in all of this, right? So you're going to get an entire automated email system, a trained appointment setter. Again, you don't need coaching. You don't need a new strategy. You don't need 24, or you do. I'm sorry. You don't need coaching. You don't need a new strategy. You need 24,000 new touch points in a single month. That's 75,000 in a single quarter to actually break past your revenue goals in Q3. All right. So inevitably, you're going to be able to book a lot of meetings, and that's going to be 40 extra plus meetings a month. We have clients that are doing more, and therefore, you're going to be able to close a lot of deals, make a lot of money, and break past your revenue goals. All right. So again, in 7 days, actually in about 5 days, again, July 1st is when we're going to be raising our program by 2,000 USD. And so if you already hopped on a call with us and you're interested in our program, let me know, because we are going to be raising our prices and we want to make sure that you hit your Q3 goals this quarter. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, again, this is what you can expect while working with us. And guys, we have coaching calls, we have support, so we make it very, very reasonable for you to hit your revenue goals, and we provide all the support needed in order for that to happen. All right, so happy Monday, guys. Crush your week, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.